What is up YouTube, James Baek here, welcome back to another episode of VGC 2018 Back Battles. Today we're using the Mega Venusaur team again with Mega Venusaur, the Landorus variant, Celesteela, Tapu Fini, Darmanitan, and Raichu. Let's get started. So if you haven't watched a previous episode, I highly recommend go checking it out. But yeah, for those of you who have, you do remember that I got completely destroyed in the last episode. However, I think there were a bunch of lessons, a lot of plays that I could have made differently, a lot of options that I just wasn't aware of at the time. So, good experience. Let us see if we can pick up some wins in today's episode. We got a Blaziken, Kartana, Tapu Fini, Muck, Cresselia, and Gigalith. So, it's an interesting team. I do like my Muck. My Venusaur in this matchup because I think Venusaur does really well. Leech Seed tanks hits from pretty much everything on my opponent's team, which I really do like. I think a good lead is actually Venusaur or Landorus because it covers a bunch of options that my opponent can throw out. Yeah, I really like that option. I do want to bring Fini. Fini's really good in this matchup. Venusaur 100%. Landorus. I definitely want Venusaur in this matchup. Do I want Darmanitan? Because I could technically go Darmanitan here. Because Darmanitan could prove useful because of the fact that Flare Blitz is going to hurt the Muck. Decent damage against Cress. And against the Kartana, that's pretty good. By the way, the only potential Mega Evolution on my opponent's team is Blaziken. And my opponent's 100% bring it. Because I don't see a really good answer to Celesteela otherwise. And I think I will bring Celesteela. Because it's actually a decent switch into Kartana. So yeah, I also been thinking about making some changes to this team. I'm thinking maybe changing the Lander set might be useful for me because I feel like maybe having Superpower would be really nice because I feel like Kartana has been a pretty big issue to this team. I feel like even though I got Celesteela doesn't technically beat it because if I get intimidated, Kartana is free to just keep going for Sacred Swords. The Darmanitan, but Darmanitan's kind of frail, so I can't rely on it that much. We're gonna see the Cresselia plus the Blaziken lead. So this is an interesting lead because I have no idea what kind of Cresselia it is. It could be the Psychium Z. Do I want to risk a Psychium potentially? What are the potential Z moves for my opponent? I think it would be Specs Vini. I think it might be Z Gigalith. So I wouldn't 100% say that's tough. I really don't expect it to be Psychium on this team. It can be though. I think I want to just U-turn here the Cresselia and Leech Seed. I don't think Blaziken's in a good spot at all. Yeah, I don't think Blaziken's in a good spot at all, and even if it just stays in attacks, it doesn't do much damage. I think the only way, like, I get hurt from the Blaziken is if it goes for, like, a sword stance, but I'm U-turning out, so I can always bring out my Landorus and Intimidate, put it back to neutral. And Blaziken still can't really knock out a single member of my team other than the Celesteela. So, we're gonna see Blaziken Mega Evolve. So, we're gonna see something come out from this Blaziken. I really wonder what that move will be. Substitute's not really threatening since it's -1 behind the sub. Let's see, it's going to be my Venusaur Mega Evolving too. It could be a double up in my Venusaur Psychic and the Flare Blitz, but I don't think that's going to knock out, especially since the Blaziken is at -1 attack. So we're going to see the Flare Blitz come out, maybe targeting my, yeah, it's targeting my Venusaur, okay. Might be an Ice move coming out from the Cresselia as well. Yeah, that actually did an okay amount. That really did an okay amount. We're going to get a U-turn off into the Cresselia. Not really that much damage. I do feel like that is a bulky Cresselia. And I'll just go Fini because Fini's very safe here. Fini is a very safe Pokemon choice here because of the fact that Blaziken can't do much damage to it. And even, this is weird because I feel like you would have Trick Room on this Cresselia. Leech Seed gonna come out. I don't think you would Trick Room right away. You do have a Gigalith potentially, so I do feel like you do have a Trick Room option. Yeah, my opponent actually goes for Trick Room. Really confused about that. I am generally confused by that. Okay, so we're gonna see Trick Room come out here, which is really interesting of a play because Blaziken is still under the Trick Room. Maybe my opponent expected Blaziken to go down, but what is with that Trick Room? Is there anything that can immediately threaten? I guess Muck could come out for the Blaziken slot. I do feel like going for... I do think Muck would come out if you have it. I think I'm gonna Leech Seed the Blaziken because like Giga Drain damage would be nice on Cresselia, but I'm slowing and wearing down. I think just spreading a Muddy Water will do a lot of damage. We are gonna see the Blaziken retreat. I'm thinking that's Muck. Yep, Muck does come out, so I do make that prediction right, and I will get a Leech Seed off, so that's not too bad here. As Ice Beam's just gonna fire off. Okay, So Ice Beam gonna come out into the Venusaur. I'm guessing that means my opponent really doesn't have anything for my... I'm really guessing my opponent doesn't have Psychic, so I'm guessing it's Ice Beam, Trick Room, maybe Helping Hand, Muck Voice of Muddy Water, Caress Voice of Muddy Water. I've been having accuracy problems all day if you did catch my stream from yesterday. So, yeah, no surprise there. I am getting a lot of recovery back, though, with this combination. So, not too bad, I guess. Not too bad. Muck really can't do much to my team. I might as well just fire off a... I think Giga Drain just into Cresselia, and I think it's very safe just to go Celesteela because I proc the Seed. Celesteela is going to be in a great position because Muck really can't do much to it, and I can threaten Blaziken under Trick Room ironically because of the fact that I do carry Acrobatics and will be able to one-shot. So we're going to see the Cresselia with Treat, which is kind of what I was expecting here. Gigalith is going to come out, so I do just get a bunch of free damage. I'm guessing it's going to be a Poison Jab into Feeny, and the reason I want to make the Giga Drain play into Gigalith, because even if like Cresselia stayed in, like I was fine with getting the Giga Drain off, just weakening that Cresselia, and now Landorus can come in very safely and get an Intimidate off, which is exactly what I want in this position. Let's see what my opponent's going to do. Just Poison Jab, yep, it targets down the Feeny slot, and I will be able to get a Giga Drain off into the Gigalith, which does a good amount of damage. No weakness policy, please, because that's the only thing I'm really scared of. Yep. So I feel pretty good about that. And I don't want the Gigalith to set up curses, so I think I'm just going to go for the Leech Seed into the... I think Leech Seed and the Gigalith is fine, and just switching out my Venusaur should be able to go into Landorus very safely. Even if you knock out my Landorus at this rate, I feel like you're losing so much of your health. At this point, I feel like it's okay. So I'm just going to Leech Seed the Gigalith, because I don't know if Heavy Slam knocks out the Gigalith. I feel like it might be just a bit short. So I might as well try to get some recovery. My opponent goes for Rock Slide. We will get this Intimidate off into both of my opponent's Pokemon, and even if my opponent doubles out, it's not even a big deal. We're going to see the Muck Protect, which is interesting here, because Muck isn't really being threatened, maybe worried about taking a Heavy Slam, but it's actually an Explosion coming out from the Gigalith. Huh, that's a cute trick. So, Explosion going to come out, but that really doesn't do anything. Why did that do so much? That's a crit on Selly. There's no way that's... Yeah, it's a crit on Selly. I was just about to say, there's no way it did that much damage naturally. I will be healing with my Landorus. That was Choice Banded Explosion. That was Choice Banded Explosion. Choice Banded Explosion coming out from that Gigalith. Now that's an interesting text. I wonder where the Z-move is. It might actually be on a different Pokemon. So, yeah, since Landorus still has some usage, I'm going to just go out on a Venusaur, and I might as well just chip away at this Cresselia with Leech Seed, stall it out a bit, gain a bit of health. I don't think I can knock out the Muck with a Heavy Slam, or it just depends on the spread, I think. We're going to see a knockoff come out, does target down the Selly, and I will be able to get a Leech Seed off. I don't think Ice Beam should be able to knock out the Selly at this range, but I'm not sure. I think it's going to target my Landorus anyway, because I feel like you're forced to. Yep, going to be targeting down my Venusaur. No big deal. And my opponent is getting slowly but surely weakened every single moment of this game. So, I'm not going to heal, but I'm going to heal. But everyone's going to take Sand. I wonder if the Celesteela is going to be in range of a potential Heavy Slam for my Selly, because maybe I put this out of barrier range. Unless this is Z-move for Selly, my opponent just decided never to draw out the Z-move. Maybe scared if I switched out. I should be barrier, I would assume. Or maybe, I think Cresselia either missed a berry or it is actually a Z-move. It might, I can't tell. It might be like 1 HP off. Or maybe just Kartana or Feeny is the Z-move, which makes a lot of sense. I think I'll just Sludge Bomb the Cresselia here. Double Up probably doesn't knock me out. Trick Room's over. I might as well just go for the Acrobatics into the Muck in case my opponent decides to switch out the Muck into the Blaziken. We're actually going to see the Helping Hand come out from the Cresselia, which is fine here because at this rate, I don't see how my opponent really breaks through my Feeny and my Landorus. It actually is going to be a berry on the Cresselia, so that's fine. That's fine. I'm getting a lot of damage in the Muck anyway because it does not appreciate an Acrobatics here. Yeah, like look at all that damage. Flamethrower. Will that knock out with my... Probably. That's the saddest Flamethrower I've ever seen. Of course, you run Flamethrower on Muck just for the coverage against Kartana. Doesn't Muck get Fire Punch in this generation? I feel like Muck gets Fire... Like, gets Fire Punch in this generation. Although Flamethrower is a guaranteed knockout Kartana, but I'm not sure if it knocks out like especially defensive Kartana all the time. So yeah, Muck is really weakened. I'm feeling pretty good about my position. I could just double up the Cresselia slot now with Sludge Bomb plus Acrobatics. The Muck is going to go down in a few turns anyway. We're going to see another Helping Hand. And I don't mind if I go down here, realistically. Pretty sure you should have Helping Hand knockoff. I'm pretty sure that would have KO'd the Selly. Sludge Bomb into the Cresselia. Again, just weakening it. Acrobatics going to come out. Finish off the Cresselia. Cresselia going to go down and Beast Boost Special Defense again. Don't tell me you went for Flamethrower again. No, you went for Poison Jab this time just to get damage on the Venusaur, which I do respect. So, but Venusaur really just taking that well. Of course, the Mucky is at -1, so maybe my opponent thought Helping Hand Knockoff wouldn't finish off the Selly at that range. I don't know if it does, but I feel like Knockoff had a better choice than Flamethrower since it is stab. Blaziken's going to come out. The Muck is over in like 2 turns, and I don't want to let Blaziken set up for free if it does have a setup move, so I'm just going to go for the Leech Seed here into the Blaziken and a Acrobatics. Flare Blitz is just going to come out. I'm guessing this is going to target the Selly. Yep, going to be targeting down my Celesteela. Celesteela is going to go down. I'm okay with Celesteela going down because of the fact that Celesteela has basically done its job. Like at this point in the game, I'm feeling pretty confident. Leech Seed going to come out, does connect with the Blaziken, which is really good here. And Knockoff going to come out, target down my Venusaur, but without a item to knock off, really not being able to do much damage. The Muck is going to survive for about 2 more turns. Oh no, I Leech Seeded that slot. I'm kind of getting confused on where I actually Leech Seeded these Pokemon. I thought I Leech Seeded the Muck with my Celesteela slot. Okay. Then that should be game. I'll bring out my Landis right here. Get this Intimidate off. And then I'll just hard switch into Feeny because there's no way you're going to Poison Jab Landers slot. Well, I guess I could see one way. You Flare Blitz, Poison Jab the Landers, predicting the Feeny switch. But even if you predict that, my Venusaur would be left alone. You can't KO it. A critical hit Flare Blitz I don't think should knock out Venusaur at this range. You would take a lot of recoil. Sludge Bomb would probably finish you off into Leech Seed. So really at this point I don't really see a way my opponent does come back in this game. Maybe you could hope for critting the Venusaur, like double critting, but even then, like, no, I don't think you would have enough resources. You would have to hope Blaziken can survive a Sludge Bomb, a Flare Blitz recoil crit. It would just need so much right here. Blaziken gonna go for the Flare Blitz, targets down my Feeny slot. His Landis would have just won the game. If not, Sludge Bomb does come out. Target down the Blaziken. How much? Good damage. Yep, puts it about in Leech Seed range like I expected. Knockoff gonna come out into the Venusaur slot, and the Leech Seed's gonna finish off both of these Pokemon. So Mega Venusaur able to drain away these Pokemon's HP. Like really, the Cresselia took a lot of Leech Seed health. The Muck, the Blaziken, the Gigalith, not so much because I never got a Leech Seed off because I Giga Drained it on the switch and then Explosion before I could Leech Seed it again. But Bandit, Gigalith, I'm really glad I switched into Landorus because if I got really weakened with both of those Pokemon, it could have been problematic if like the Explosion actually did knock out my Venusaur because it wouldn't have been as easy to stall out my opponent's team. Of course, Landorus and Feeny potentially could have because my Landorus would have been healthy at that point of the game and Feeny could probably clean up, but I mean, I feel like I would rather have Venusaur and Landorus alive because Landorus' main job, I feel like, from my side of perspection is just looking at it as an Intimidate switch-in because it's really effective. I'm not really going to Earthquake myself unless it was like the Muck Blaziken, but first I'd have to get rid of Cresselia, which was what I was trying to do. I was trying to get rid of the Cresselia because Cresselia was the more threatening one. It did have Trick Room, Helping Hand, Ice Beam. What would be the other one? I guess maybe Ally Switch? Ally Switch wouldn't have been a good move for my opponent no matter what situation. So yeah, like just getting rid of Cresselia, I felt like, because Muck really wasn't doing anything. The only Pokemon it really threatened was my Feeny, and even if it threatens my Feeny, it's not gonna KO it with Poison Jab. As we find a player from Japan, 1576 as our second opponent. Oh my, what is this? Vivillon, Oranguru, Mawa, Kartana, Camerupt, Primarina. Dual Mega, which is interesting. This is one of the few instances of Dual Mega we're going to see. Mawile or Camerupt. I think you have to bring Camerupt. Don't you lose to Celesteela otherwise? Yeah. Think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go the same 4 Pokemon. I would love to bring Darmanitan because it helps against the Steel types, but realistically, I don't think I can. Because I need Venusaur. It tanks hits decently well. What's a Vivillon doing is my question on this team. Probably just Sleep Powder and Rage Powder redirection. I'm going to lead with Venusaur and Feeny. I want to bring Feeny 100%. It's good in this matchup. Helps against Camerupt. Sponges up Primarina except Moonblast. And probably the Misty Terrain is going to be helping, obviously. I think what the goal is, I'm going to have to weaken the Oranguru. At least Venusaur is immune to Rage Powder, which is a good thing. As I don't know if my opponent's actually going to lead hard Oranguru plus the Vivillon, but it looks like Vivillon is going to lead. Okay. There's no terrain switcher on my opponent's side, so I feel pretty good about that at least. I don't have to target a Vivillon. I think I could just go for Muddy Water and Elite Seed in Oranguru because I can force the Oranguru to switch out at some point. But right now, I need good consistent damage against my opponent's team. And I think this is the way to do it. Of course, my opponent can get a free switch in, but nothing really would appreciate that. Maybe the Primarina, but it wouldn't help against the Venusaur unless it carries Psychic. Oh boy, imagine if it does carry Psychic. Oranguru could also be the Shattered Psyche, but I don't think Shattered Psyche would knock out the Venusaur because Oranguru doesn't run much special attack investment. Vivillon does get Hurricane, I just realized, so if it does have Hurricane, we could be in some trouble. That would do a lot of damage. I'm actually really scared if it is Hurricane now. Oh boy, is it Hurricane? That might actually be really scary to deal with. It is the Hurricane coming out into Feeny though. Thinking Feeny's a threat, that did nothing. That really didn't do much damage. Muddy Water gonna come out, just chip away at my opponent's side. Good amount of damage. It's a crit on Oranguru. Eject button. Oh, red card. What? Celesteela's forced to come in. We'll be able to get a special defense boost. What is going on right now? We will get Elite Seed up into the Oranguru slot. What is going on? Trickroom's gonna go out. Okay. Well. Fascinating turn 1. It wasn't even Sash. I could just let Landorus. Okay. I gotta stall out the Trick Room. I don't want to give him a Vivillon a free switch though. I think I'm forced to Acrobatics here. And I guess I'll just Giga Drain the Oranguru for damage. We're gonna see the Oranguru switch out, which is fine too. Into the Camerupt. Okay, so Camerupt's gonna be taking a Giga Drain, which it doesn't really appreciate too much. I'm guessing my opponent's just gonna let Vivillon go then. Yep. So, it's a nice play from my opponent's side though. It really is. Because now my opponent gets Eruption chances. We will Giga Drain, so we at least weaken the Camerupt on my opponent's side. Yeah. But Oranguru is going to be tough to deal with. And whatever is in the back. I need Venusaur probably. But if it's Kartana, I need either Landorus or Celesteela decently healthy. So this is going to be a tough situation. 3 more turns of Trick Room. I'm going to double protect here, just scout. These hard Trick Room teams just focus on getting KOs anyway. I just really wonder, is it worth saving Venusaur? It might not be worth saving Venusaur. Oh, this is tough. I think sacking Landorus might be the play. I will protect my Celesteela. Protect Venusaur. And we're probably just going to see Eruption. Well, actually no. Wait, it can't use Erupt Fire Blast. Okay. Not what I expected. If it's Fire Blast, I don't have to worry. And I forgot, it can't use Eruption at full power because of the fact that it did take, you know, chip damage. That was done by me. I guess I'm just gonna Leech Seed the Oranguru. Might as well. I might as well double Leech Seed because I have no idea if you're targeting the Venusaur or the Celestia. I don't know if double Fire Blast knocks out Venusaur, but I would assume it would. Earth Power going to come out into Celesteela. Why? Oh, my opponent expected Feeny, but Feeny wouldn't appreciate a 2 Fire Blast regardless. The double Leech Seed play probably doesn't look right, but I thought Celestia was going down there. Okay, it works out for me, I guess. I'll be able to Leech Seed Rangaroo, and not going to Leech Seed Rangaroo again, unfortunately. And now we get one more turn of Trick Room, or is this the last turn? I think that, yeah, there's one more turn. Okay. Should I just Leech Seed the Camerupt? Nah, Camerupt's in range of where I need to. That was really confusing. I guess my opponent was like, I have to go aggressive here, as the match is actually going to be forfeited. What kind of game was that? Okay, so I think it was just, one, Fire Blast is just really interesting. I guess you get a lot of power. But if you predict the slot wrong, that's the thing that's strong about like just Heat Wave, Eruption, Earth Power, Protect. Is because if your opponent doesn't have a Fire Switch in or one that doesn't take it to like Heat Wave is just gonna do a massive amount of damage no matter what. It can easily KO certain Pokemon. Fire Blast was like, yeah, you can KO one Pokemon with 2 Fire Blasts, but you ignore the others. So yeah, I just don't know. We're gonna find our last opponent though, an 1803 rated player. Tofu with a kind of normal looking team. Charizard, Landis-Varian, Cresselia, Tapu Fini, Heatran, and Kartana. I would assume it's Charizard Y, could be Charizard X, but I do think it would be Charizard Y on this team. I think this is finally a game I get to bring Raichu in, and Raichu's finally going to be able to do some work, which I'm very, very happy about. I think I want to go Raichu Fini. Yeah, Raichu Fini sounds good. Do I want to bring Selly? I don't think Selly's that great here, realistically. Okay, what would the Z move be? Fini, Landorus, Cresselia, Kartana. Oh, jeez, there's so many Z move potentials. Or maybe I don't. Actually, I want to lead Darmanitan plus Raichu. I think it's more solid. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to bring the Celesteela. Although Celesteela is actually really good against my opponent's team, I'm not going to bring it. Venusaur is okay against my opponent's team, but I don't really like it too much. Like, I really don't like Venusaur too much in this matchup. Because if it's Calm Mind Cresselia, I'm not going to have much output against it. So let's see what my opponent's going to lead. I think Landis will lead here. Maybe Landis Charizard. Pretty safe, pretty standard lead. So Raichu Darmanitan will take the field. Finally bring the Darmanitan out once again. Charizard Landis does appear. So unfortunately, I can't tell who's faster between my Raichu and my opponent's Charizard. I mean, the Landorus or the Charizard, or potentially Landorus and Darmanitan, because if it's Scarf Landorus, I mean, I do just kind of want to go for the fake out into the Landorus and go for a Flare Blitz. I don't think you risk a Rock Slide here. So we'll see what my opponent does. We're gonna see Charizard withdraw, probably expecting the Rock Slide move. We're gonna see Cresselia come out, which makes a lot of sense here. Yep. I want to figure out what kind of Landorus this is. Fake out gonna go off. This is looking really good for me right off the bat. Flare Blitz gonna come out into the Landorus slot. Big amount of damage. Did the Landorus flinch? No, it didn't. Okay. So that's really solid for me. I'll keep my Sash intact on my Raichu. I'll just go for a Flare Blitz here into the Landorus slot and just switch out my Raichu. Go out into my Tapu Fini. Like, this is looking pretty good of a lead start, and I don't think my opponent has to switch into Flare Blitz because Flare Blitz is going to do so much damage to whatever my opponent wants to bring out. Unless the Landorus carries Protect, or is this an Ally Switch coming out? Oh, it could be Ally Switch. It's not Ally Switch though, thank you. I keep forgetting Ally Switch. I gotta remember that Ally Switch is a potential move that my opponents can go for. We do knock out the Landorus. I'm guessing Icy Wind's going to come out here. I think that would be the most likely play. Yep, just going to see an Icy Wind, so I will be slowed down a bit. I wonder if this is Calm Mind Cresselia though. I would think it'd be Calm Mind Cresselia. I feel like this team would support it, but it could just be support Cresselia as well. Damage-wise, I would have to... I mean, I have Haze on Fini, so that could help. Charizard going to come out. Do I want to go for Hydro Vortex? Good thing Kartana didn't come out. I think I want to Flare Blitz to Cresselia and just protect my Fini. I don't mind if Darmanitan goes down here. And I'm pretty sure my opponent can't knock me out unless you have... Maybe Flamethrower can. Overheat will definitely. Heat Wave won't KO me. That's for sure. And I will get a Sun Boost if Flare Blitz into the Cresselia. Even though it's -1, it's going to do a lot. And then I'm thinking bring out Raichu and then Rain Dance, Hydro Vortex the following turn. Like, that's what my strategy is looking like so far. So we'll see what my opponent decides to go for. We will see just a Heat Wave come out. So Darmanitan should be able to tank this. I hope it connects. So I actually go down to my Flare Blitz. Yeah, perfect. And we will get a Sun Boost if Flare Blitz off. This is going to do a ton of damage to the Cresselia. Darmanitan, let's go. Oh my lord. Let's go, Darmanitan. Yo, Darmanitan's not playing around. Darmanitan's not playing around, my kids. We will bring out Raichu here. Cortana does come out, which is actually a bit of a pain. Yeah, that's a bit of a pain. Cortana in the back is actually tough. I mean, I can realistically Hydro Vortex the Charizard and fake out the Cortana. I guess that wouldn't be the worst play in the world. I don't know if Charizard will protect or not. I don't think it does. It doesn't. So I gotta fake out on the Cortana. Tailwind gonna come out. Ooh. Okay. That might change things. Cortana flinches. We will get a Hydro Vortex off. But I mean, you have to double up my Raichu because Raichu won't go down otherwise. Still think I'm fine in this position. I think it depends on like what kind of Cortana set this is. We don't know if it's Z-move or not. So we'll go for Hydro Vortex because we need as much damage onto Charizard as possible. And a Charizard Protector was fine too. Damage wise, I don't know if Muddy Water will knock out the Charizard. That's going to be close. I will go for Muddy Water and Thunderbolt here into the Charizard. I do have Sash on the Raichu. Heat Wave going to come out. The Cortana is actually slow, so it's slower than Charizard. Okay. And Leaf Blade probably in the Raichu. Yeah, it's going to target my Raichu, so I'm okay with that trade. I kind of need Muddy Water to knock out the Charizard, though. If I don't, this is actually a pretty rough position. Let's see here. Okay, we connect, which is good. That's a good sign. Oh, so close. So close. And Cortana got a Beast Boost because it's slower than the Charizard, which that hurts. Everything comes down to does Heat Wave knock me out? Might be AV Cortana. You're gonna do something. You're either gonna Leaf Blade my Feeny or my Landers. Okay, if you Leaf Blade my Feeny, you risk me protecting, yet you could get a Beast Boost and knock out Landers the following turn. Ah, this is tough. I think I gotta hope that. I think its late comes down to does Landers survive. Or maybe dodge a Heat Wave. Overheat gonna come out. That's a lot of damage. It's not gonna KO my Landers, but I'm pretty sure it's a double up. I would assume it's a double up. Leaf Blade gonna come out. No, Tara's my Feeny. Oh man. Well, even if I got that right, I felt like I was in a pretty off position. Darkseid gonna come out. We do knock out the Charizard, but we don't knock out the Cortana. There's no way we can knock out Cortana, unfortunately. Yeah, we don't have anything. Tailwind's up, so I can't even hold my Landers out. Beast to Cortana and crits it. Oh man, so close. So close. And it is a Z-move. All out pummeling. You're just gonna reveal that for the heck of it, aren't you? Yeah, so I don't mind losing this game. I felt like my early game plays were alright, but I guess the late game plays are what kind of costed me. I let Charizard get Tailwind up, which was not good. But the problem was, I was not in a safe pin at all, because my opponent just clicked Heat Wave Leaf Blade that turn. Like, Feeny wasn't going to take the Heat Wave into -1 Leaf Blade. I had no switch in exactly. And I wouldn't be able to KO anything if I did switch out Raichu. If I switched out Feeny into Landers and my opponent just went for Leaf Blade Heat Wave, I was in a pretty tough position. The only way I think I could have avoided that situation, even if I think what my opponent did was Leaf Blade the Feeny and just Tailwind, because I feel like that's a very safe play. It covers like a lot of options that I had, so even if I Range Dance with Raichu, that would have been a pretty bad spot. I think what I needed to do was Rain Dance, protect my Feeny, and then switch out my Raichu into Landers, Hydro Vortex the Charizard, and hope that Feeny lives a Heat Wave in Rain plus a Leaf Blade. Unless my opponent doubles up the Raichu to slot that turn. But again, I didn't know my opponent would have Tailwind, would go for it. So yeah, it was a pretty tough game to win. Maybe I think I had to conserve Darmanitan. At that point I was like, okay, of letting it go. But then Kartana came in like, that's a little bit problematic. Maybe I should just send out my Landorus. Because if I sent out my Landorus immediately instead of Raichu, I think that might have been better because of the fact that Landorus would have actually pressured my opponent into potentially double targeting it. The thing is, if it had Bloom Doom, like if the Kartana had Bloom Doom, Heat Wave into Bloom Doom knocks me out. I'm still in a pretty rough position regardless. I guess maybe I still at least get a Muddy Water off into Charizard. Maybe hope it puts it into Raichu Thunderbolt range. Maybe I can play around my opponent's Kartana. But hope that everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2018 Back to Battles. We go 2-1 today's episode. If you did like it, please leave a like down below, show support. As well as you can check out the rest of my stuff down below in the description, such as my social medias, the side series of my channel, and all that good stuff. If you want to follow me on Twitch, because I'm actually really close to hitting the Twitch requirements for a Twitch partnership. Really would love it if you checked out my Twitch channel down below in the description. Hit it up with follow, and of course hit up my Twitter as well if you want to know when I'm live streaming. Just a fun time, cool different teams, more VGC stuff, just extra stuff. And yeah, if you want to try out this team, there will be a Poke paste of it down below in the description. Otherwise, that is pretty much it. Have a great day, people. Until we battle again, I'll catch you all later.